who that is? You with the same gender? For 10,000? Oh my fucking god. I'm married to one of the same gender.
I mean, obviously, if in like such a short little TikTok challenge, you can't really go too deep into it, but I feel like a lot of people would say yes to this. A lot of queer people definitely would, because, well, I get to do what I do anyways. And I get paid for it, because that's a great deal, first of all. And second of all, I feel like even straight people might do this, because it doesn't really specify terms, right? So you just need to be with them once. You know, but especially if you are already married to someone of the same gender, it gets even more ridiculous. Hello BabyQueers, and welcome back to my channel. It is time for some fun, cute little queer TikToks again, because why the hell not? I brought my little coffee plant friend. It is not doing so well, so I'm gonna keep showing it every couple of videos. It's probably not gonna grow that much though. But anyways, that's what we're doing today. I hope you're hydrated. If not, maybe consider drinking something now, and then we'll continue. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. But there were no signs when you were a kid. Also me as a kid. Well. Sometimes the closet is glass. That being said, like, a lot of kids maybe were just like a bit of a tomboy, right? Sometimes that is the case. But it's just funny because sometimes the closet is just glass, and sometimes if something quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. You know, and in your case, you definitely turned out to be a duck and were presenting like a duck quite a lot as a child, it seems. Top surgery for me meant finally wearing outfits I wanted to after 10 years of wearing only baggy black clothes. I still wear baggy black clothes, but transitioning should mean that you get to be comfortable and live authentically, and if that means wearing cute crop tops and really colorful clothes, then go off. I think personally I just realized that I really like black clothes in general. Like, I've been wearing mostly black since I was like in 6th grade. And also I really like baggy clothes, it's just kind of comfy, but if you want to wear skimpy clothes, wear the skimpy clothes. I really don't care why other people care so much. Like, why would I care what someone else wears, right? Like, I care if I think it's ugly, but not in a, oh my god, you shouldn't wear that, just in a, oh my god, that looks horrendous, I would never wear that. But that's okay. I don't have to like it. You just have to like it. People will probably look at my clothes and be like, that's really boring. Except for this shirt, by the way, because ripped gender norms is kind of a whole mood, by the way. You know, I like this. It's cute. But mostly I just wear black baggy clothes and people will probably think it's boring or weird that I like only wear black really, but that's okay. You don't have to like it. I like it. But besides, the person in this video looks really cute, and yeah, having top surgery or transitioning in any way, shape or form is so you feel comfortable, and you seem a lot more comfortable now, so that's great. I accidentally misgendered a cis person and then told them that I am trying my hardest and they shouldn't be mad because this is too confusing. Trans and a cis field. I love this trend. Like, some trends I don't really get and I don't really see the appeal of, and I probably miss a lot of trends because it's just like not in my social media bubble, but this trend is just, it's so funny to me. But listen, it's not really about trying. Like, if you can always just like ask. You can always ask someone their pronouns. And it's literally not that hard, because just because you as a woman like to present a certain way, or as a man, doesn't mean every woman or every man has to present like you do. And it's really not that difficult to understand, but apparently for some cis people it is.
As a person who is both pansexual and non-binary, I think everyone's a little too worried about what's going on below the belt, and we need to focus more on what that mouth do.
Is the cat in the back a paid actor? Because I'm kind of betting it's getting paid very generously with treats. But anyways, why are we obsessed with other people's genitals? Like, why would you care? Like, if you want to sleep with a person, then sure, because you might have a genital preference, or you might only want to deal with a certain set of genitals. Then it's fair to be interested in what the other person has in their pants, you know, before you, like, get to doing anything with them. But most of the time, with, like, most people you meet, that's not gonna happen. You probably don't even want it to happen, so why would you be that worried about it? Like, why do we care so much? It's literally in their pants. It doesn't concern you. You know? So worry more about what that mouth do. And also, if you act silly, you're gonna get called out by that mouth, which is also something it does.
I saw a tweet that said straight men and lesbians should be friends because they both like women and they have that in common. And I immediately said absolutely not, because the way that the average straight man likes women and the way that I like women is very, very different. Like last year, I was talking to this guy and I mentioned that I was queer, and the first thing out of his mouth, he looks me dead in the eyes and he says, boobs or ass. Sir, are you okay? What? Why was that the first thing that came to your mind? Why would you ask me that? Like,
I feel like it's been pointed out a bunch of times. A lot of straight men don't seem to actually like women. So saying, oh, I like women or I like men is a bit ridiculous, because a lot of straight men don't seem to like women, they're just sexually attracted to women. Whereas a lot of lesbians, sure, are sexually attracted to women, and sure, you can still have a preference, like you can really like boobs or you can really like a woman's ass. No one's saying you can't. That's literally okay, like that's kind of the point. You are also sexually attracted to women, but you also like women, and I feel like for a lot of queer women, that is more at the forefront of liking women versus just being sexually attracted to them, because then you end up like this dude and just boil being attracted to women or being straight down to sex or sexualizing women, because it's not just about sex, it's literally just about sexualizing women. Whereas a lot of queer women will kind of have a more wholesome approach, you know, and not base their entire, like, personality really around sexualizing other women or AFAB people. They'll just be like, well, I really like it when women just breathe, just when they exist. You know, when they smile, when they just walk past me, that's so pretty. You know, like, it seems a lot more wholesome, and it's kind of difficult to be friends with someone if that's all they boil liking women down to. You know, I feel like that's kind of missing the point.
Straight people need to stop using gay language. Like, I'm actually getting sick of it. What do you mean your boyfriend's a top and you're a bottom? You are a heterosexual vanilla woman. You're not pegging him, I can tell you that.
Literally, just stop. Why are people even... Well, I know people have always, like, started appropriating culture and language. But how about we don't steal language or culture from people while simultaneously oppressing them? That would be a good idea. You know, like, literally, just... Why do you even feel the need to point it out? Because, yeah, for a lot of straight people, it will kind of end up looking like that. You know? But that doesn't mean he's a top. It just means you fall into very stereotypical roles. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but why do you feel the need to steal language to express that?
You know, every time I see a Trump-supporting lesbian on this app, I think to myself, weird way to say you've never pleased a woman.
That's one way to put it. And I have a feeling you might be right, because it is giving kind of those vibes, really. It might be true. It might be really false, but it is really giving those vibes of being so suppressed that you don't even really know how to do that, really. But okay. That's a weird way to say that. And I still don't get, why would you as a queer person even vote for someone like him? Seriously, why? I really don't get it.
Look, it's not hating trans people to say we don't want them in our bathrooms, okay? I want my wife to feel safe when she goes into the bathroom. I don't want her assaulted by some weird trans person who wants to feel special in their little moment. Okay, do you think she'd feel safe if this guy walked in? No. Okay, what about this guy? No, men don't belong in a women's restroom. Hold that thought. What? Okay, what about this guy? No. Okay, one more. Him. Wait, what's on his shirt? Can you read it? Wait, so are you saying you want these men going into the restroom with your wife? No. So what are you saying? I'm talking about the men that are wearing dresses. Oh, so this isn't about trans people. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Of course it is. What do you think it's about? I think you're scared of penis. What? Are you scared of penis? You stop that. Scared of a little peekaboo penis. Stop. I am not scared of penis. You like penis? No! Are you scared you like penis? Dude, uncomfortable? Yes. Think it's weird that I'm fixated on a private part? Yes! Then leave these people alone and let them pee.
Literally, if you want your wife to be safe, then do your part in, you know, destroying the culture that constantly sexualizes women and allows men to be predatory towards women. How about that? You could call out other men when they're being creepy. You could fight other men if they're being creepy, I really don't care. You could do that. You could encourage healthy masculinity. But instead you decided to focus your energy on trans people who are literally just trying to pee in peace. That seems productive. And also he might have a point. Why are you so fixated on other people's genitals?
Parents still don't know that I am gay. And why do I know this? My dad might know, who knows, that's a problem that I don't want to deal with. My mother definitely doesn't know. I know this because I called this woman 3 days ago and she basically admitted to me that she still does not know. Basically on this phone call, I was explaining to her that all my friends have moved closer to me. I was like, oh yeah, so-and-so lives here, so-and-so lives here. Rax, they live right across the street from us. My mom was like, Rax and who? And I was like, no, just Rax. My mom was like, but you said they. And I was like, okay. Rax is non-binary, and then I explained that to my mother, to which my mom's response was, oh, okay, so Rax is a gay. And I was like, well, yes and no, Ma. And then after more explaining, my mother was like, oh, but my daughter is a she, right? And I was like, yes. And then she goes, don't give me any surprises. Girl. At this point, I have been so, like, not discreet about my gayness, clearly, that, like, if she doesn't figure it out on her own, or she doesn't already know, it shouldn't be a surprise. Like, it's not my fault if it comes as a surprise to her. Like, are you actually kidding me?
Don't give me any surprises? I mean, she might know you're gay. Am I just getting the vibes of, oh, but don't become one of those trans people? Which, you know, would still kind of be a dickhead move, but that's kind of the vibes I'm getting of, oh, don't give me any surprises and say you're they, them too. That's kind of the vibes I was getting. But I might be wrong, because obviously I wasn't there for the actual conversation, but yeah, I feel like if the closet is made of glass, then people shouldn't be too surprised. But somehow they still are, but that's really, really not on you anymore.
I keep seeing conservative women on here yapping about how y'all are just jealous because you want our men. Want your men? Honey, you are alone in that. The only thing we want your men to do is to shut up.
She's not wrong. Like, even if people like her, I don't know her sexuality, even if they are technically also attracted to men, doesn't mean they want your man. Because yeah, chances are they really just want your man to shut the hell up and mind their own business.
I'll go to the top there with trans women are women.
Absolutely they are, yep.
Okay, so would you date a trans woman?
Yeah. Is she thick?
That's not the point. I'm just asking,
Well, that would be
you
my
date a trans
criteria
woman?
if she's thick enough. Yeah, that would be my criteria.
So you're homosexual?
No, she's a woman. Why wouldn't I date her?
So then why are you putting trans in front of it?
It's an adjective. Do you know
So
how
then that
adjectives
means
work?
it's not a woman.
Adjectives
trans woman.
adjectives do not change the noun. The noun is still woman. The adjective just describes the noun. That's how adjectives work.
Yeah, so man that thinks it's a woman.
Nope, it would be a trans woman.
Right,
Trans
not a real
women are
woman.
women. No, it would be women whose gender identity don't align with their sex. That's what what do you think trans means? Like, what do you think that word means?
It means pretending.
No. Wait, are you being serious?
Well, in this sense it does.
Do you know what like the actual word? No, but I'm asking if you know what like the actual word means.
Transition?
No.
That's not what trans means here?
No. That's not what trans has ever meant. Trans is
okay.
short for transgender. So we'd be saying a transgender woman. Transgender means that your gender identity does not align with the phenotypic representation of your sex.
So it doesn't mean transition?
Nope.
I don't get, if you're so confused, why are you still so opinionated about it? Like, I mean, I'm really glad he was like calm and like actually allowed the stew to explain. And I know I had the sound before because the sound is still so funny somehow, like the first part at least. I never watched the full clip, right? But the first part we definitely had before because, yeah, I mean, if you're into thick women, then having that as a criteria is kind of important, right? Like, if you only find a thick woman attractive, then asking if she's thick enough, that is kind of fair. Like, can't be too mad at that, you know? But still, I never watched this full clip and it's just interesting because, yeah, that's literally how adjectives work. They just mean it's a woman who's a certain thing. You can say a tall woman, a trans woman, a brown-haired woman. You know, these are all just things that describe something about a woman. You know, and trans doesn't mean transition. Like, yeah, sure, a lot of people, like a lot of trans people, want to transition. But that's not where that word comes from. It's literally just trans as an opposite of kind of thing of like, you were assigned something that doesn't align, that doesn't match. You know, like, I'm really glad he was kind of that calm and let the other dude explain, actually.
When you have two moms, you're going to be insufferably woke. So my wife and I, we have 3 kids, and I was driving without my wife in the car. I know, wild. And I had all 3 kids with me, and this guy cut me off and slammed on their brakes, and it was very dangerous. And I said, I was angry, I admit. I said, this fucking asshole, he's going to kill somebody. And our oldest in the back said, they. I'm sorry, what? They. They are going to kill somebody. What are you talking about? You don't know their gender, so you should use they. This fucking 10-year-old. You're right, babe. I don't know their gender, so they are a fucking asshole and they're going to kill somebody. In my defense, it was a white pickup truck. Statistically speaking, that's a he-him situation. But the wokeness, it has surpassed their lesbian parents. Okay, love you, bye.
Listen, we all sometimes make assumptions, right? Like, especially if you're like angry or just kind of like panicking because someone has almost crashed into your car, jumping to a conclusion and just saying he, him, because yeah, statistically people who might drive this car tend to be men. It's kind of fair. Like, yeah, ideally we wouldn't assume someone's gender if we don't know them, sure. And usually I'm all for that, but I feel like in this situation, I probably wouldn't have reacted differently. But your child definitely has a point.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Gibby.
She doesn't speak English.
I'm still Gibby.
Listen, just because I'm socially awkward and don't know how to correct people, or maybe I don't care enough to correct people, doesn't change the fact that I'm non-binary. I just don't like dealing with people, really. MAGA women don't want trans women in the women's bathroom, but they want to force trans men to use it instead. Y'all can't even handle a butch lesbian in your bathroom. Yeah, literally, if someone sees a butch lesbian, or a butch woman, like, who cares about her sexuality, really? Y'all already lose your minds, and want to question if she belongs there. What are you gonna do if some like full-ass man with a whole beard and like chest hair walks in? Like, these people, I think they don't want trans men to use the women's bathroom. Like, these people, A, just want to erase trans people altogether, and secondly, also just want to, like, they keep forgetting that trans men even exist. Because it doesn't help them fearmonger, because that's not important. We need to fearmonger and say trans women are just evil men in dresses. Trust me, most men would not feel comfortable in dresses. And if men, or anyone else really, wants to be a creepy human being, they get to... Well, they don't get to do that, they shouldn't get to do that, but they can just be a creepy human being. Despite trans people existing or going to the bathroom or not, you know?
Wel, zeer verneem met wie langs de stuur dan het doen gaan we. As well now versus ja, op mijn knassen. So get no resistance not at these fellas in the back in it. No, fellas, you know, yeah, the zero voice pants over the discuss to get. Maar dit makes us niet skilled marker we see nou ja, dan nou de weer officers maar. That's near start even er al like balls with the amateur you there's not right. Hey, well, see because we're in there. See the elements yes no like scares thing I have see me become scared elements remember. Nee, hey, but zie je zeker zo dat man. Hier is er hier wel in dat Als je dus niet wel zeker dat ze doen nou. Hier nee, doe het zo van. Goes near snow what.
It's okay to disagree and have different opinions, but those opinions should not write someone out of existence. We all deserve to feel like we matter. We are on a floating rock, get some farm animals, and just be happy. Listen, I don't really care if you get farm animals or not, but mind your business. Like, if you're really saying a duck is more accepting than you, then that just seems strange. It also seems weird that you would only ever use one ovary, and just, if that one, like, if something happens to that one, you just decide to ditch it altogether, just be like, no, I'm just gonna transition and present as a guy now. So the other ducks think I'm a guy. It's wild to me, but it's also kind of funny. And yeah, let Henry just chill. Come on. Henry just wants to chill and swim around with the other duckies. And trans people also just want to chill and go pee in peace and just live their lives. You know, that's kind of all trans people want to do.
What I don't understand about all these young men who are like, I have to become a Nazi or an incel because all these girls are mean to me and I'm lonely, is that like, I've been lonely and boys have been mean to me, and you know what I did? I learned how to craft. Like, bitch, get a hobby!
But this kind of energy, like, if you're, like, unhappy with your own life, if you're bored or lonely or whatever, why would your go-to reaction to be to take it out on other people and try to make other people's lives worse instead of focusing on what you can add to your own life. Maybe you wanna learn a new hobby, you wanna learn an instrument, learn a new language, go hiking, crochet, binge watch Netflix. I really do not care, but why would your go-to reaction be make other people's lives worse so I'm not alone in my suffering? Stop being a dickhead and get a hobby. Said ew when I saw a straight couple kiss in public, lesbian and heterophiles. Again, I love this trend. And to be fair, I have no problem with like PDA to a certain extent, but like when you're like full on making out and almost having your hands shoved in each other's pants almost, then that's kind of, there's a time and a place, you know? And in public, when everyone else is running around trying to just like get their shopping done or whatever, then that's kind of weird. And I have never seen a queer couple do that. It's always been straight people. You know, I'm just saying.
I'll never understand how my dad is both transphobic and a misogynist, because how are you gonna have two of your assigned female at birth children tell you they want to be men and you don't accept them? I thought this is what you...
Can't keep track, man. I thought this is what you wanted. I thought you said men are superior. Shouldn't you be happy? Come on, Dad, what are you doing? But literally, this is so wild. Like, the amount of trans men who have to listen, oh, you're only transitioning, or you only say you're trans, because you're misogynistic and you can't stand being a woman anymore, is already wild. And then you have people like this, who just confuse the hell out of me, really. Like, transphobes confuse me in general, right? Because again, how do you care so much about someone else's life? Like, even if there are your kids, they're their own person, they get to live their own life and get to be authentic to themselves. I don't get the transphobes, but I that's not really new. If you've been here before, you know how confused I get by these people. You know, anyways, I never know how many TikToks to save. I have way more saved than I need right now. So I guess I'll be back in a few days to weeks with another video about queer TikToks, because why the hell not? I want to do it anyway, so you know, I might as well. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you feel a little bit called out. I hope you also feel confused by the transphobes, because I cannot be alone with this, you know? I hope you're hydrated. If not, maybe consider drinking something now. And I'll be back in a few days with my next video.